are the biggest cultural differences between India and here in the United States?
The very first thing you notice when you get off the plane in India is the incredible volume of people. It is, the cities are packed with people, just crowds and crowds of people living in very small space. What was amazing to me about that was how much the people seem to be comfortable with that and in harmony with that. In the United States, particularly here in like Denver, Colorado, we're used to having our space. In India, in Delhi, very, very crowded, very, very close together, but somehow it all seems to work.
My interesting experience when I was growing up, I took so many things for granted. My perception was a little different. I just practiced my religion, but when I went with the group, Mr. Rundle, I also learned so many things about my own culture and my religions, which I took for granted before. And it was so much fun to share all those things with other teachers and Mr. Rundle.
What was the most interesting thing you learned while on your trip?
For me, the most interesting thing I learned was Ms. Walia and I were there primarily studying the Dharmic traditions, sometimes called the Dharmic religions, of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. And for me, what was most fascinating was looking at the connections and the differences between those four Dharmic traditions and then my own Christian tradition and heritage, which I'm very familiar with, and looking at the ways in which they see the world differently and the ways in which they see the world the same.
I learned a lot about my own culture and my own religion. And also it was fascinating for me to see, which I never noticed before, that how freely and openly people talk about religions over there.
And what I really admired and believed in India is, even though it's a mixing of many different religious traditions, there is such great mutual respect for one another and interest in one another that it's not a conversation about who's right and who's wrong in conflict. It's a conversation about, tell me more.
Thank you for watching our journey to India. I hope you guys learn about this diverse country, about something about my heritage and culture.